So this is the Jabsco Lite Flush Electric Toilet. This is the 12-volt version we just got, and I'm about to install it on our Catalina. So now let me open the box and let's see what's inside. Okay, so there you go. This is everything that came with the Jabsco Lite Flush Toilet. So let's take a look. First of all, it came with all the hardware that you need to install the seat. This is the seat. It's also a slow closing seat, so it'll never slap down. And that's pretty much standard with the Lite Flush toilet. Here's the toilet itself. It came, now in my case, you had a choice to take the foot pedal or the wall-mounted pad, so I did that. So press 1 before you begin your business and press 2 when you're done. It came with ample amount of wire to install this control panel anywhere you want. It comes with the closing plugs as well as the finishing plugs for the screws over here. Came, of course, with the stickers to let your passengers know not to throw anything in the garbage. What's nice is that the Lite Flush comes also with this intake water filter as well. So that's going to be really nice. It's got a mesh cleanable filter, so you can easily remove it and clean it. And so that came with it. So that's really great because it's going to stop from garbage that gets in your line, as well as can create also odors and bacteria, or at least minimize it as much as possible. So there you go. There's the whole kit. Now I'm going to go remove the original toilet. Okay, so the first thing I did is I installed the water strainer. So since before putting the boat in the water, I had shut off the valve, I knew there was going to be no water in that pipe. One of the things you need to remember if you're putting one of these filters on, there is a direction, and I completely forgot to pay attention to that. So I installed it once and then realized the direction was wrong, so I had to remove it and flip it around. Another thing that's noteworthy in this, I can't stress more, anything with your boat that has anything to do with water, you need to put two clamps, hose clamps, on every joint. That's actually mandatory, but you should look around your boat and make sure every one of them has 2 of them. If you see one that's rusted out for some reason, go ahead and replace it. Having 2 hose clamps can really save you from flooding and possibly sinking your ship. So that's it. So now I'm going to go and remove the original toilet. Okay, so my wife and I had discussed where we would put this control for the toilet, and we decided the best would be right here on this wall. So I made sure that behind here is the closet to the bedroom in the back, the half bath bedroom. So I wanted to make sure, so the bulkhead comes right here for that, the back of that closet. So a big enough hole to put the plug through, as well as all the extra wire. So I actually wrapped up all the extra wire, so I didn't have a whole bunch of wire inside the wall there, just laying flat. Now I'm going to go ahead and plug that in. That'll be nice and flush. So I'm going to do my pilot holes in order to put my stainless steel screws, and then the bezel will go on top of that to do a nice finishing touch. So that's it. And then at the same time, I passed my line all the way through here. So before wrapping up my my one line, I made sure I had enough wire left over to go plug into the toilet. And there's the finished look with the bezel on for that switch. So it looks really nice, a nice aesthetic. And there was an original little hole in that panel from when I bought the boat. So I actually put that little hole behind that panel, so it's hiding that little hole as well. So this is the back of the Lite Flush toilet. So I wanted to show you a couple of features that I really thought was great. And by the way, I forgot to mention that before making my decision on which electric toilet I was going to install, I did do a lot of research. There's a lot of great companies out there. I happened to pick Jabsco for 2 reasons. One, I have an original Jabsco toilet, and the mounting is going to be actually borrowing the same holes. So I don't have to re-drill, and it's an exact match as far as the footprint is concerned. The second reason that I chose Jabsco is because, well, that's probably one of the main reasons, but also quality. I had checked on the internet, and I saw a lot of negative comments about the impeller needed to be changed and all that. So I called Jabsco, and they made a lot of improvements over the last few years, and this is actually one of the newer models where a lot of those little bugs have been fixed and improved. One of the things I really enjoy is this exhaust here, or sorry, the output is actually on a flexible hose right here. It's all flexible with the one-way flapper inside of here, easily serviceable as you can see. And because you can actually turn this and twist it, so it's going to be an easy installation. Here's the water intake over here, and here are the wiring to for the power, and this is the plug of the control panel that we just installed. So there you go. So without further ado, now I'm going to be focusing on removing this toilet over here. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to actually load the bottom of there with this is antifreeze from last winter, so I'm going to load it up with Scott towels to make sure that I can pick this up and it shouldn't leak all over the boat when I take it out. So that's it. I'm going to take another picture and video as we go along. Okay, so now I've removed the original toilet, and so you'll see that with the original toilet, the manual toilet, there was a direct tube from the water intake. And then from there, the toilet was actually plugged into what is the siphon. The anti-siphon is actually behind this wall here. So now what I need to do is actually take one of these anti-siphon ends and actually make it the joint for the water intake. And then the other side, probably going to be this one here, will be directly linked to the back of the new toilet. So I'm going to do that right now. Okay, so now I removed the extra pipes. So with the light flush, I only need to have the inlet, water inlet pipe going to the anti-siphon valve, which is right here behind the wall here, above the water line. And it goes down to the bottom of the light flush. And then there's my my waste hose, of course. So I've cleaned up everything now. So now I'm going to go ahead and install the toilet. Okay, so there you go. There's the final installation of the Jabsco Lite Flush Toilet. Everything is working. Also, I forgot to mention in the beginning of the video that these the seats also are anti-slap, or what you want to call them. That they go down really slowly so they don't make any noise or slam down. And then when you're ready to go to the bathroom, so you have the button over here. So you press number 1 just to be ready. So that will fill in about half a quart of water. And once your business is done, you click number 2 over here. And there you go. So it adds an extra half quart of water, and then it just macerates everything and pushes everything into the holding tank. And there you go, the installation. It did take me a little longer than I thought, only because there is, on the Catalina in the back wall, there's a bit of a bevel. So I had to play around a little bit and reset new screw holes and all that. So, and I decided I wanted to put stainless steel screws. Whoever put the original toilet in had used just regular metal screws, so they were all rusted out. And there you go, a Jabsco Lite Flush Toilet, 12 volt, with the panel control and not the foot control.